Hello there, my name's G, and I rather foolishly have spent the last couple of hours playing Fast and Furious Showdown, which is of course the video game tie-in to the utterly seminal Fast and Furious 6. Not that it's particularly easy to tell that. As someone who knows far too much about the franchise, I still found this game's narrative utterly incomprehensible. Yes, I realise this franchise isn't exactly known for its epic prose, but the dialogue in this game is about as needlessly perplexing as it is horribly cringeworthy.
Glad we're making time for this, man.
Yeah, Dom's back. So the least we can do is remind them why.
10 mil and the run at the locals. I like real.
A lot less guns than the Mexico job, too.
On top of this, there appears to be almost no coherence from scene to scene, with characters able to transfer to different vehicles as if by magic, and the actual focal points of the story shifting to different countries, seemingly at random. As a result, for a vast majority of the game, I was completely unclear as to who I was fighting, and more importantly, why. And if it wasn't confusing enough already, it quickly becomes very clear that they were not able to shell out for the likeness rights of either Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel. And for anyone who's seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, you'll know that they play two of the three primary protagonists, which somehow makes even the one scene in this game that is taken directly from the movies needlessly confusing. And if it's this hard for someone like me to actually understand what's going on, I can only imagine what it's like for someone who isn't quite as invested in the franchise. But to be honest, narrative is the least of this game's concern, because, brace yourself for this, it's straight up a bad game. The handling is abysmal, the difficulty fluctuates between laughably easy and frustratingly difficult, and some of the mechanics are so broken that even your AI companion struggles to get stuff done. Graphically, the game doesn't fare much better, with low poly models, ugly textures, and a draw distance that's quite embarrassing for a game that's coming this late in the generational cycle. And things only get worse if you have the audacity to go into the co-op mode, where the draw distance becomes so short that oncoming cars are practically teleporting in front of you. And in many cases, player 2 will be given a substantially weaker car that feels completely incapable of completing the task at hand. All in all, it feels like a mobile phone game that's just been scaled up to work on a console, which is quite ironic when you consider that Fast and Furious 6 on the mobile phone is actually quite a good game. Although I guess that's fairly indicative of the wider gaming industry at the moment. None of this should really come as much of a surprise, as it's been long since established that most movie tie-in games are going to suck. But even then, I believe that Fast and Furious Showdown reaches a new low that we haven't really seen since the PS2 era. And while it's not surprising, it is quite disappointing, as the non-stop action and general stupidity of Fast and Furious should make for a perfect video game. But sadly, it was not to be, at least not yet anyway. I shouldn't have to spell it out, but really you don't want to play this game. Doubly so if you have even the slightest bit of attachment to the cinematic masterpiece that is the Fast and Furious franchise.